My name is George Webster and I am here with FrConventions. Yes, I do remember. I remember it was an in-the-room audition. I actually know the shirt that I wore. I had a shirt from, I think, Assassin's Creed. Which one would it have been? One of the Assassin's Creed games had come out and they'd released a shirt that had like Dutch colours on it. It was like a red and there was a bit of orange in it or something and a blue. And I remember putting that on and being like, this is something. And then going in there, doing it in a Dutch accent, the character, and then in an English accent, and walking away from it thinking that's probably never going to come off. And then, yeah, a few weeks later, it was just from that one audition that I got the call. And at that time, it was only going to be one, they would only commission the first series, and it was one scene in the first series. So it was like, cool, yeah, amazing. It was like, biggest job I'd ever done. Coming to France to work was amazing. Just this whirlwind of like a day pretty much. And then, yeah, the next year it was come back and kind of be the villain or the antagonist for George's character in the second series, all from that one little audition. That really helped my career, and just goes to show like you don't know which ones go well, which don't. You just gotta get into the room and try and do your best and see what comes off, and luckily it came off. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Yeah, I remember the first day, let's say on the first series, my first day was my only day, and it was extraordinary. And I think the actual location we filmed in was, I didn't film in the palace specifically, but I wasn't that far away from Versailles, but it was, again, it was in an actual medieval castle or something, and walking across a bridge that had a moat, and there's nobody there other than us. When you find yourself in those situations, in costume, doing scenes in real places where people would have worn these costumes in real life, it's amazing, and it really is kind of what I love and what I want to do forever is film on location in places like that, because it really helps bring it to life. And even from a personal level, to be able to see that stuff and adventure around and go to places you would normally go, it's kind of like one of the biggest bonuses of the job, I think. So yeah, first day was amazing. I thought it was a one and done, and then here we are all this time later, still talking about it. Yeah, I did quite a bit of research. I think what I tend to do, he's one of the only kind of historical characters that I've played, or real life people, up until recently. And I tend to research until I can find like a golden nugget, is kind of what I think. Rather than overload with all the information, I hunt and hunt and hunt. And then if I find somewhere, I go, ah, that's the guy, that makes him feel real to me, that I can understand that sort of thing. And it took me a little bit of time to find that with Guillaume of Orange, because a lot of the stuff that's written about him, it's not about who he was as a man necessarily, it's about what he did, which are completely different things. But I suppose it's your job as an actor to kind of figure out why he did those things. And yeah, it's great. I mean, there's so much stuff written about him and that time period, and yeah, some of those little golden nuggets just really help land it and make you feel more closer to the character. They really help. It's always useful. Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, like I say, the atmosphere here today and for the other cons for this that I've been to have always been so lovely, and it's a testament really to Alex and to Evan and to George. Like, most of my scenes were with George Blagden. I never did any scenes with Alex, never did a scene with Evan, but vicariously just by being in the show and those guys being so welcoming and making me feel like a real part of it has been amazing. And Alex is like one of my best friends now. Yeah, we've done stuff together outside of Versailles, and I've been to his wedding, and I wrote a short film that he directed, and all this sort of stuff, all stemming from this one thing that we're all part of, that we're still talking about. And it's hard to put your finger on like why. And I think it's just got to be those guys. They're just such lovely people who, through their own kind of passion, keep this thing alive, and the fans keep it alive, and everybody feels the same way about the same thing, which is really, really nice. And just be a kind of small part of that is amazing. And yeah, I hope I stay friends with them all forever. I'd have loved to have played with Alex. I'd love to have done some stuff with him. I also think that like him and Guillaume of Orange, his character Philippe and Guillaume of Orange, would have had some great scenes if they could have figured out a way to do that. That would have been an interesting dynamic. And I think he's such a good actor that I would have loved to have just been able to just get in there and work with him. We've never sort of done that before. But whenever I write something, I'm always kind of got Alex in mind for parts of it. So maybe one day I'll be able to direct him in something, I don't know. But yeah, would love to do that. I remember a moment with George Blagden when he just bought a new drone for fun, when drones had just come out with cameras on them, and he was flying it around. We were filming in the daytime, and on the breaks he'd just fly around getting cool stuff, and Mike, the director, was like, how good's the footage on the drone? And George was like, it's pretty good, it's like proper HD stuff, 4K I think even at the time. And so there's a shot of me and George walking towards each other in a courtyard, filmed from above, that George got on his drone. He like positioned it off camera, made it hover, put it there, and then we did the scene, and the shot made it into the show. And every time I see it, I just think that's so funny and great that he did that. And I believe, was it that day or did he tell me? No, it was before I got there. That was his second drone, because the first one he crashed into a lake, not too far before I got there. So yeah, George and his drone was a really good memory. Not at all. I was so surprised by the reaction. Still am. Still absolutely. Every time I get invited to this thing, I'm like, but they've already met me. Like, why does anybody want to meet me? What's that about? Well, see me again. And yeah, it's a testament to the show. It's a testament to the fans to sort of embrace me in that way, and it's incredibly touching. And I feel incredibly grateful every single time, every day that I'm here. It's just full of gratitude, I think. And that's kind of the feeling in the green room as well. We're all just sitting there, we're all just like, this is amazing that we just get to do this and be in a place where there is only happiness, positivity, love for something, for all of us. It's for us to them, them to us, for the show. And it's a real exchange of just like good energy, good vibes. And to be a part of that has been, yeah, unbelievable. It's been really, really good, really touching. It's sad, absolutely sad, but bittersweet, because I think it's one of those fandoms that won't ever go away. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I think everybody's so intrinsically linked by it and have made such strong connections and friendships throughout the show. Us on the cast side, but also fans. There's such solid frame groups that have been made across the world with it, that we might not come and do the conventions anymore, but we're all going to be in touch online, and I see the same faces pop up on my Twitter and Instagram, and exchanging with them has always been fantastic. And I'm sure there'll be opportunities in the future for us all to see each other again, whether it's for a different show, or, you know, maybe we do a 20-year reunion or whatever. I'm sure Alex won't let it die just yet.